Avoid. Yo, your camera went off. All right, are you good now?
I'm good. It's recording now. Yeah, sure. All right, we good.
Right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for another episode of TMM Appliance Repair, episode 2 of 2. Tonight's guest, I have a very special friend to me. Very special friend to me. I want you guys to treat my guest tonight with the utmost respect, love, peace, and harmony. Um, this is my good friend Daniel Fuller. I've known Daniel now for a very long time. Daniel, I'm done talking. Go ahead, introduce yourself and introduce the people to what is it exactly that you do for a living.
I appreciate it. Well, definitely want to thank you for having me. What's good, y'all? Hope you're having a good day. Yes, my name is Daniel Fuller. I'm both a graphic artist and also a customer specialist for technicians. And customers calling upset or just wanting to place a claim, whether it's AC, appliance repair, electricians, all of that. So yes, I've been invited to go ahead, to share my experiences about what I deal with from the inside, almost playing like a middleman. And as the scene was good, building, enjoying the vibe. What y'all got going on?
Okay, okay. So exactly like what is it that you do? Like what is your exact role inside of this warranty company? Like
All
your
right,
title, if you will.
all right. So right now, currently, my role is when customers call in. Customers going to call in for either two reasons on my department: either to place a new claim, or whether it's like I said, the appliances,
You
the
said custom,
HVAC system,
you said
electric,
custom,
huh?
you said
El-
customer course?
Yeah. So customers will call in for either two reasons: either to place a new claim for either appliances, plumbing, electrician, or the HVAC system, or they call in to complain about an existing claim.
Okay.
So So I got to hear everything from the irate customers to the happy customers. You hearing the good experiences, the bad experiences, the whole works. It has its pros and cons, but I definitely enjoy it.
Okay. Um, how long exactly have you been doing this line of work? One.
I've done it previously for 2 years straight. I was actually doing retention, so that means I'm in the front line dealing with the worst of the worst. So the customers who are upset on whether it's home warranties as a whole or experiences with technicians, they telling everything. So it's almost like a Jerry Springer for the technician for all, like I said, plumbing, all of those different brands and fields of being a technician. And I was doing that for 2 years now. I'm just doing the customer service for one. Um, and that's what I'm currently working at. They want me to go back to retention, but I don't feel like I'm ready to deal with that yet. Because, like I said, that's a big headache.
Okay. So, Daniel, let me explain to you where I stand in this channel and like all of everybody that pretty much, well, the large majority of people who subscribe to this channel. You see, we're mostly like technicians and entrepreneurs and stuff. So we reach out to these companies and sometimes they reach out to us and we strike an accord or a contract where they'll say something along the lines of like, listen, we get calls and we're seeking for professionals in this particular area,
Mhm.
and we'll we'll work out like terms and contracts, if you will. Like every call they send us, they'll pay the company or technician up to X amount.
Yeah.
So we're just out here doing our thing, working our regular 9 to 5, and we will get a work order from not your company, but any real warranty company, and they'll say something along the lines of like, Joe Blow needs washer repair leaky. That's what that company that you work for will send us that like a work order, and
I
then
know.
we'll call the customer. We'll, hey, when can we come out? We'll do like that whole song and dance. But one thing that I noticed, and I'm sure many people watching this will subscribe to, is that a lot of times when people call us after they've already booked their appointment with their warranty company, it's like they're already upset. Like the experience from, holy cow, my washer is leaking. Let me pick up the phone, call my warranty. It's like it's not a pleasurable experience,
at all.
especially by the time they reach us. Then they're like, "Oh, when are you coming out here?" And meanwhile, they've called you. You've created some sort of a report that you're going to then email us. Well, sometimes for certain companies, that's a buffer. It could take 24 hours before it generates an actual report. And then, these customers call us and think that we're just not showing up or we're ignoring them.
Yeah.
Do you get calls like this from
Yeah,
customers?
all the time. And just the crazy thing is that as far as on the company side, the flaw on the company side is that they'll tell the customer a technician or someone's going to call them, and on that day, the customer receive a call, and technician be like, "We don't even service that area." So it's like a miscommunication between systems between the company and the technician company, because I doubt it's a person talking directly to make that type of mistake. Because it's simple, like whether it's a plumbing, electrician, this is the issue. We're searching for technicians. Do you accept this type of job? Be like, yes, we accept this type of job. And it's like, all right. So technician could come out to this day. Here's his number if you want to call him to adjust time. And then everything will fall into place. But that day, like I said, technician calls, sorry, we don't do that. Then the customer calls us and extra upset, and then we call the technician, and then it's just back and forth, like we don't do that area. So then we gotta find another technician, right? Submit that through the system, and that takes up to 24 hours. And we're explaining to the customer, to be patient. We apologize, show empathy, and all of that. And then we gotta calm them down and convince them not to cancel on the warranty coverage, due to feeling irate. So you're playing all these different roles on the phone, and you don't want to lose them as a customer. So you also let them know. Here's another thing. If our system can't find a technician, you can find your own technician, and we'll reimburse you. Sometimes the customer likes that. A lot of times they hate it. So they're like insulting the company. You guys are horrible. Blah 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 blah. And then you still, like I said, have to kind of work your way through that to convince them to stay with the company, show them the benefits. But with home warranty, most people in general, as far as the customers you would deal with that may be upset, they don't read the manual. So they just see on the front cover, it'll say fridge is covered. All right. But in the manual, it's going to tell you exclusions. So, like people who take ownership of what they have in their life, they're going to take the time to go ahead and read all of that. But the average person just picks up a big book. Oh, refrigerator. Okay. What? I paid this technician $85. He's going to tell me it's not covered. Yes, I'm sorry, sir. I understand that, but in section such and such of your booklet, it tells you we only cover wear and tear, not failure of maintenance and things like that. And these are terms like people, like I say, who either take ownership or within the field, are accustomed of these terms. But the average person, like ownership, maintenance, what the fuck is that? You know what I mean? I'm sorry, I don't know if I can curse here or not. But
Yeah, definitely. This is shop talk. We're off the clock. Text that just gather up and we talk, industry talk outside of work. So yeah, definitely.
so you're dealing with the irate, understanding, registering, and still try to overcome these objectives. And as soon as you're done with that call, then boom, at times another call could come right through for the same reason. Different technicians, different city, different blood pressure raised, and all of that. So a lot of people get fired these type of jobs, but with me, I'm at a point where it's like there's nothing that you could say that's going to make me lose my job dealing with you. And with technicians now, like some technicians yourself, are good, easy to work with. you could talk to, but then there's some technicians, a good handful that are just like, how the fuck you allowed to even have your own business? And unfortunately, the bad apple of the group kind of cross over to other technicians as far as like being recognizable for hard work and shit. And it's like, damn, customers get into detail for the things they experience. So if technicians are curious what the fuck these customers are experiencing, yo, some technicians actually going in kind of, especially if a girl's alone, not necessarily like grabbing her, forcing her away, but kind of like making it like, yo, I'm here. Like, I'm not going nowhere. My eyes are all on you. And they're like, yo, he wouldn't go, asking to leave. And it's just real uncomfortable. Or some technicians come in and have rest the
Whoa,
job.
whoa,
I'm
whoa.
not, I'm not, I'm not gonna shit out technicians. I'm just saying, like, this is the bad as far what I'm hearing. But there are some customers just like, yo, you guys did a really good job. Have your name. They want kudos, talk to managers. And this happens often, not just to me, but to regular people. It could be people coming at the first time. So it's just like the yin and the yang. For like any trade or field, as interacting with customers, you're going to hear that bad. You know, artists, retail, no matter what you're doing, you're going to hear that. But I just feel it's important for me to share with the technicians what we're hearing from the customer's point of view as far as the other technicians you all got to work with. You know what I'm saying? So, but that shit is hard and crazy because you hear it like when I first went into the field, I didn't know about the different parts and the breakdowns and this works with this and all of these different crazy things. It's like, damn, this shit is complicated as fuck. You know, so kudos to y'all doing that shit. But and that's crazy. It's like I said, a lot of different fields. But what about you? Like, what is your recent experience?
Wait,
With,
may I have the microphone? Because man, you said a lot, Daniel.
hey,
And
yo,
no, it's cool, and I want to unpack a lot of this. So I want to break some of that down. So number one, let me get this clear.
yeah,
You've had times where customers have called your warranty company and said, Mr. Warranty Company man, I have one of your technicians that are here and are refusing to leave because they're what? Gawking? Is that a word? Or lusting?
like talking or like overstaying they welcome, but they will usually call like afterwards, like he wouldn't leave, or sometimes they will call in like I'm not comfortable with him in my presence. Could I ask him to leave? Like, like just feeling uncomfortable in your own home. Kind of like if you turn on the news, you'll hear like shit with like the mailman. We all need mail, but unfortunately, sometimes there's a mailman doing some fucked up shit, whether confronting somebody, fighting somebody, you know, forcing their way into shit. I'm like, damn, this is the mailman. This is fucking like UPS and shit. So yeah, just hearing that from me, I'm like, damn, that's just crazy. She giving me all the details. It's usually like older women, you know, and sometimes they you never know. They're just telling their side of the story. They may be flirting in a way and then just having to deal with the consequences of flirting and don't know how to handle it. But I'm just hearing that on a day-to-day basis and like, all right, someone's gonna tell me some crazy shit and you just kind of deal with it.
All right, and then let me backtrack to this now. So um let's go through this warranty thing because
Yeah.
you mentioned of this. You were like, customers fail to whatever, um you know it's a very delicate and a sensitive thing because you have the way I view business is like along the lines of karma. I don't want to do anything or surprise anybody or cause any type of things that I wouldn't want to be done to me. So with that said, you have these warranty companies that they solicit their services and they get people to sign on to their programs, and then when people actually call in, they're confronted with like, oh well, we don't cover this particular repair. And then you get like the people upset with the warranty company, people upset with the technicians is in the middle like, what do you want from me? I didn't make this rule. So do you think in your experience that there's a little bit of false uh, representation or false advertisement on behalf of these warranty companies, or do you still stand on the premise that customers simply are not reading their agreements and they should? What's your take on that?
Honestly, it's both. Like, I do feel if you have a booklet or manual, you should look over it. But as far as like on the warranties end, like I said, I work for more than one warranty company. I won't say the names, but they definitely are finessing shit. Like I said, the front cover, first few pages just say cover this, this, and this, which you have to really do a thorough, you know, investigation on the book. It doesn't have to be too thorough. Just it'll say included, excluded. Just at least to be aware of that. But the average person, shocking to me, regardless of how old, regardless of the demographic, is just not really take initiative to look into coverage until it's too late. And that's just the sad thing of it. So when they get mad at technician the company, they're usually upset. To me, it looks like they're more upset at the company than the technicians, because we can always look at the booklet. But like I said, these people are the same people who say, "Oh, I'm going to go to court," and you'll tell them, "Ma'am, it says right here in your booklet," and it's like, "All right, if you're going to court, and I'm telling you the legal document and where it says it's not covered, and you're still structured going to court, that tells me you're not registering your own flaw." So I can see the flaw on both ends. But I highly suggest if any customers listening to definitely look into warranty. It will save you a lot of money because you know sometimes you still end up having to pay more to get the job done simply because your plan might not cover it. And I'm not trying to go hard on the warranty plans, but like I said, definitely look into it.
Okay, tell me this. What kind of because like you said, we don't want to reveal the actual your employer, and thank you for
More like
remaining
employer,
anonymous. Say
yeah,
again.
more like the previous employer. I don't want to go much on my current employer, but more like previous. Like I said, I worked for other warranty companies just as a general, so I'm more referring to previous ones. But they all kind of work in a similar fashion. But yeah, I'm listening.
Okay, let me ask you something. What kind of call volume do you guys get? Because these are national places we're talking about. We're talking about these guys all the way from Maine all the way to like Seattle and Oregon and everything in between, north and south.
Yeah. Call
You deal
volume
with
kind of varies because it could be anywhere between 40 to 70 calls a day, or you might even take
whoa,
more
whoa, whoa,
a
whoa.
day,
40?
40 to 70 calls a day. Yeah. It's like, all right, and you hearing all the situation, you're reading the notes, you know, taking
A guy
ownership.
like a guy like you gets home, and you've been disrespected, you've been insulted, belittled, berated, all to none of your fault because you really didn't do anything. You per se, Daniel Fuller.
Yeah.
You get home and how do you cope with this? How do you release all of that, hostility? I'm sure. Have you ever been threatened? Have you ever? Tell me the most disrespectful, angry customer that like you really questioned, like you had a moment like, is this for me? Should I continue? Go ahead.
Well, thing is with the customers, they don't get any skin that much anymore because a customer will get you mad and you'll be to the point like, damn, am I willing to lose my job and come fuck this person up? Like, am I really, really, really want to? And then you'll get another call, be a nice person, just change your whole mood. And it's like, all right, so you just go on. So it fluctuates. So when you get home, you'll be a little stressed. And it's not even because you did a lot of work, but just because you work so much of your mind, just like, damn, fucking calls. But I just been doing this so long, it really doesn't have an effect on me. I'm okay with it. It's like a customer could curse me out and I'll just put them on mute and laugh. I'm like, this person, like my expectations, unfortunately, for people, especially over the phone, are not that high. Like I said, you can explain to a customer if you go to court with your legal document, the legal document in this section covers what I'm telling you. At that point, the mind should register. Fuck Lord, ain't shit gonna happen. It's right here, but they're not listening. So when you're dealing with people like that in a regular, you're kind of forced to just accept the fact that the rationale and logic ain't gonna be there. I'm gonna help you. You can take it or leave it. Next call. And that's just how it is. And what's funny is just today I was with a coworker dealing with these type of customers about to break down. Had to come for her, tell her she's a good person, real live, real professional, but they just managed to crack underneath your skin the situation. I'm like, you're not gonna get anything from me. It's real simple. It's covered or not covered. Boom. Technician, here's your service call fee. Can you fix it? You can't fix it, I'm gonna find another technician. They can't fix it. All right, give me money to replace the item. I got to order it myself, but you gave me a check. Okay, boom. You know what I'm saying? So to me, it's just real simple because I'm doing it. But I think it's just crazy overall. But that's another thing. Something I don't, technicians probably know, but customers don't know that when it comes to reimbursement, there's the expensive name brand shit that they bought, and there's the basic requirements. So when you get that reimbursement, you're more likely going to get the basic requirements, not that decked out. Oh, they're in different colors. One's gray, one's black. What you like better, black or gray? Because you ain't getting them both the same colors. And that's just something the plan states on there. And it's just crazy. So it's like, yo, here it is, but make sure you read through it, because if not, that's your fault. And it's funny, that's just contracts in general. But what you think?
Well, this is what I this is how it works with me. So I work for a major warranty company. I mean, like a really, really major one. Like these people send me, like if I tell them, hey, listen, send me 8 jobs a day, they'll send me 8 jobs a day. That
So
just shows the demand that this warranty company has. So this is like the biggest problem that I have, or that like I see with the warranties. You have your warranty companies that really go like above and beyond. They're like they do major repairs. They'll
mhm.
invest major money. They'll invest like, whatever it takes to get it done, get it done. Then you have other warranty companies that'll say to you like, "Oh, what's going on? Oh yeah, we don't cover that." And I want to tell you a story now, a whole nother angle and a whole nother perspective. So imagine this. You show up to do a job. You do
Mhm.
a diagnostics, and you tell the customer, "Well, man, this or sir, this is what's going on. This is what I need. Let me call it in for approval." And they're confident. They're like, "Oh, don't worry, little Timmy. Tomorrow we're gonna have our dishwasher up and running." And these people like, "Oh no, I pay the premium. I pay the best package. And then like, now let me finish. You're laughing because you know where I'm going with it.
Every day.
No,
Right.
no, no. Come on. Let me finish. Let me finish. So, they get on the phone very confident, like, "Oh, yes, I'm Mary Sue, and I'm customer. Yeah, I pay the premium. I'm a somebody." They call with this sense of entitlement, and that warranty company has zero. I feel like zero sympathy, zero care, zero concern. It's very black and white. And it's like, look, we don't cover maintenance. We don't cover cosmetics. We don't cover, if it's a non-functional part. Some companies are cut and dry, man. So, I think that it does the technician a disservice because we don't know, and I think it does you a disservice too, the actual customer service representative, because we're trying to piece together a contract between a warranty company and a customer of theirs. And we're just middlemen. And these customers are expecting something from this warranty company. They're not getting it. And that's what I think is going on in this whole warranty thing. I think it's good for us, the technicians, because it fills our books. It keeps us busy, but I don't know if it's doing the customer a service or not. What's your thoughts on that?
When I look, like I said, when I do when I was doing retentions, and I was looking at how things fluctuate, I was like, so basically, what happens? You have like this box of customers. Some customers will get the good, some will get the bad. Who gets the good or bad is all scattered up. You're not going to determine. Sometimes you might get it, sometimes you might not. And the change is so constant that it keeps itself balanced. Because I'm like, I'm just watching it. I'm just like, yo, that's crazy. That's because the thing is, you have to understand this. You could, like you said, imagine the story you just told me. Now add on to that that you've been with the company for like 10, 15 years. What? I've been paying this much for so long and you won't cover this AC or you won't cover this fridge.
Yeah.
What? You give me now the company's gonna sometimes the companies be like, all right, let's see what we can do. Or a fridge, we give you $500. You think I'm gonna buy me a fridge for $500? You actually can, but you ain't gonna get a good fridge. Uh, my fridge costs blah blah $1,000. Is this brand? Sorry, the most covers up to $500, and the customer rep can care, but at the same time, they know that's that ass if they cross that line. And even if they want to cross that line, sometimes they just don't have access to. It's like, sorry, customer, I can't help you in this. That's just what the warranty is and what the experience is kind of stagnant with you. You're not going to go nowhere. I'm sorry, you've been with us a long time. So you have to overcome these objections um, and try your best to retain this customer. Now, sometimes with warranty companies, let's say you imagine your scenario again, they'll have like a goodwill offer. So it'll be like maybe 100. I won't say high hundreds, but probably like a couple hundred. You know what I mean? Maybe like two or three, probably under two. So I can understand those, but at the same time, like I said, I know most customers get more name brand shit, and these things are expensive. So when I go to the stores to see them, I'm like, damn, them prices are kind of high. But I don't know how much you get them for if you know what it's like on your price range as you working with them.
Let me ask you something. One of these warranty plans.
Yeah.
I'm a average consumer. You know, I live in Minnesota and I own property in Montana. I can't be present in Montana in case something happens. So I put my trust and I put my faith into this warranty company to cover me in the event that something goes wrong. What kind of money are are some of these warranty companies charging? Because I've been asked as an appliance repair owner, do I offer warranty services? But you know, I don't know how to price that because it's not like a request that I get daily, and I really don't know like the you know if I don't know like the nuances of like what goes into that. I don't know how to turn a profit, so I don't know how much really to charge these customers. How, are you privy to say how much these companies are charging?
I think from what I remember, what I see now is like they have some options. So their plans could go between from 3 to 600. Those are the only ones I'm a little more familiar with, or you should kind of seen 3 to 600. Some customers pay up front, some customers pay monthly. But the funny thing with customers, and which kind of gets annoying, probably the technicians too, is that customers will have an AC. Now, when they get for the warranty, I don't know if all warranties like this, but it seems like what they do is give a customer 30-month time period before the plan goes into effect, right?
30
That,
month or 30 day?
I mean 30 days, I'm sorry. 30 days. 30 days. Then the customer is like, all right, week two of the plan, or even that very first day plan goes into effect, my AC's not working. It's like, dog, the salesman has to tell you about pre-existing issues. He doesn't have to get into detail, but let you know about them. People are not paying attention to the key words. Pre-existing. Your plan goes into effect. You know what I'm saying? It kind of goes over the head, which is kind of sad. But the customer is trying to be sneaky. But and I'm not trying to down customers because I'm a regular person. I could be a customer too. But the average customer is intentionally trying to be sneaky. Say, "Oh, my AC stopped working." And in their mind, they believe it. My plan is going to cover it. I don't know what pre-existing issue is. I don't know what that problem is. You know what I mean? I know my AC ain't working a while, but I don't know what caused it. So that's just what it is. Now, when the technician comes over, you guys look at it. I don't know how you guys do it or how is it's done step by step, but I know it's looked at and it's observed that this product takes a good amount of time to get this bad. Your plan just went into effect. It's reported to us, and the customer's like, "Why is it denied?" Oh, your thing is a pre-existing issue. It can't get this bad in just a day. You know what I'm saying? So just having to explain all of that. Now I know the technicians get at that point. They still get the service call fee, but I don't know if the technicians get to actually offer help or if they can only accept help if the customer requested. I don't know that point from there. I'm actually curious.
I'm gonna address that because this is an appliance repair service industry repair channel that I offer advice, and I'm gonna address that. So we're gonna come back to that. As far as just to recap kind of what you said, there's certain like things covered and not covered. We get to the site, we being the servicemen, women. And when we're on the site, we have to call it in. We have something called like a not to exceed. It's an NTE or an authorization limit. So when we get an order, it'll say something along the lines of like anything exceeding X amount, call this hotline number for approval. Because we have to
Yeah.
bill the company and tell them like, look, they need a new computer or they need a new whatever, a fan motor or whatever. It's gonna be X amount. So we have to call a number and provide them a claim and all of that. And then they do like whatever they do on their end, and then they tell us whether they cover it or they don't cover it. So sometimes they cover it and we do the repair and we send the warranty company an invoice. And typically in about 30 days, they send us a check. Sometimes they don't cover it. And the actual technician is in the house with the customer. Now, one or two things could happen. The technician could say, I got my service fee. I'm going to head to the hills. I'm not built like that. I'm going to look at the customer and say, hold on. So you're paying these guys X amount and they won't do it? Listen, you pay me X amount and I'm going to get it done. I believe that many appliance repair and service repair technicians can make a profit from these warranty companies because my overall evaluation from these companies is that they're very deceptive with the wording. It's very slippery, very, I
Yeah.
don't want to say manipulative or shady, but very like tricky wordplay. And if you're not like, if you don't cross your T's and dot your I's, these companies will burn you. And the biggest problem is that you can go paying years with them, thousands. In fact, sometimes you may have paid what your unit is worth to this warranty company, thinking that when your day comes that your unit fails, these people are gonna have your back, and they don't.
Mm.
It's. Do you think warranty companies are even worth it? Now that we having this conversation,
I think warranty companies are worth it for certain positions in life. Like I said, I think if you're aware of the products, it's like, all right, I know what this is covered, this is not covered. All right, I know to maintain it myself. All right, I know this was checked last month or 3 months ago. You know how to maintain your stuff and take accountability, then the warranty could work in your favor because you know what to do for your part. But the average homeowner is not taking that step to like really do the math and understand what is what can they do. They're just like, all right, I need coverage. You provide coverage, take care of me. What? You drop me. What? You just looking at me. Nah, there's a problem. Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, that's not really, you might get something out of complaining, whether it's empathy or whatever terminology the company wants to use. Companies will still give you something, but like you said, in comparison to what the unit's worth, if you're not familiar with that unit, it's not worth getting warranty. Only worth it if you are familiar and keep track of maintenance yourself.
Let me ask you something. Um, I've been present and I've seen this happen with my own eyes, where I'll get a call and they'll say something like, "You're supposed to be at my house at 9 p.m. My 9 a.m. My fridge went bad. I called from Monday and no one called." And I'm like, whoa. But I go out there because I have an agreement with this warranty company. But
Mhm.
they may post a job to me the day of or the night before. But this customer called Wednesday. The appointment is for Thursday. The company gave me the call Wednesday night. I didn't get a chance to call the customer, but I'm gonna go because I know that every day I get X amount of calls from this company.
Yeah.
And as I show up, it'll be something like extreme, like a compressor where it may take like a week to get the parts. And you got to tell these customers that they think that we ride around with every single part for every single appliance in our van. That would be the equivalent of riding around with like 10 Walmarts in your back truck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I've seen with my own eyes that they'll call very hostile to the warranty company. And I feel like warranty companies have perfected what I like to call the stall tactic, where they'll call at a level 10. And I mean, whoever is going to answer that call, they're going to get the blunt of like the ah. But after they take like 10, 20 minutes of it, they simply tell them, hold on, we're going to transfer you. So the person who's going to help you. And then that's the mother Joe Blow that doesn't know, left from right. And he sits there and he takes on all of the customer's energy. But by now the customer is at like a 9 or an 8. So it's not the same effect as the first customer service representative. It's a
Yeah.
little down. And then that second customer service representative says, really? Let me transfer you to somebody that can help you. And then they spin them again, right? So by now the customer is like on hold for like 30 minutes. They're checking like their email, they're helping their kids with the homework. The realities of life have set in. Like I've been on the phone already for an hour and 15 minutes and I've accomplished nothing. And then finally comes the third customer service representative. And now they're at like a 6 or a 5. And he says, listen, I can't help you. The only thing I can tell you is that you don't whatever. I, I've seen this. Hey, listen, I don't want to laugh, right? And I don't want to make a mock of this, right? But I've seen this with my own eyes because I do jobs that are called like compressor replacements, and those
Uh-huh.
jobs like 2 hours sometimes, 2.5 hours. So
Yeah.
I see the whole process start to finish. I see
Mhm.
him call like, "What do you mean, my compressor?" And by the time I'm done and the fridge is finally like plugged in, up and running, they're on like their fourth customer service representative. And the most that they've gotten done was like a $50 like gift card or something.
Yeah.
So that tactic, that whole stall tactic, do I have a point with that, or that's just I'm crazy and that's one
I,
out of
I won't I won't say it's crazy, like it's partially true, but the thing is like they do have different departments, but the calls they come in so much that let's say I'm trying to reach a supervisor. It ain't easy for me to always get a supervisor. They think I could just be like, hey, come over here. This person wants to make a call. Come here. Da, 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 da. Like, no, I'm you let the person over the phone know, unfortunately, can't get a supervisor. I'm gonna do as much as I can, but they're thinking that is that easy. And like I said, that's a whole different department. So even as the rep, you're still dealing with that whole music. These customers think that we're just, bullshitting them. Like, no, we actually have to wait on hold as well. That's why we just do the transfers sometimes. Sometimes we'll stay on the phone and explain it to the next person, but majority of the time, you just getting transferred. So it's not like, okay, we're going to stall, because what happens is it becomes call avoidance. And that creates more upset customers, which impacts the company in the worst way. So it's not fully intentional. You know what I'm saying? It's just the way they choose to manage it. But no, they don't want nobody bullshit, regardless of which department that you're in.
Let me ask you this. Um, if you had one if you had one advice or one tip that you would tell the average Joe Blow that's gonna get a or sign up for a warranty, what would you tell them after all your years of experience?
To understand that you have to take accountability of knowing what your plan covers and does not cover. Look over the exclusions. If you don't know what the parts are, simply look on it online. Do not rush into home warranty. Now, the good news is when you get home warranty, you do have 30 days before it goes into effect. Read over it while you're within those 30 days. If it doesn't fit you, you could cancel and not have to deal with pain or losing money. But if you procrastinate and just wait, then you're gonna end up spending money, and it could definitely backfire. So make sure you look over the manual exclusions, become very familiar what your plan covers and doesn't cover. That's your money. That's what I'm gonna let the people know. Look over your plan and say nice,
All
be
right,
nice. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. All right.
bro. We got a little frozen, but I want to recap. Uh, some parts you were choppy for some
Oh,
reason. We
all
lost
right.
reception.
All right, my bad. Let me just try to summarize it. All right.
It's actually
What is,
saying poor connection.
all right. Could you hear me better now?
Oh no,
All
I can
right. Well,
see you
that's,
great. I can see you
oh,
great.
all right. What's very important for homeowners, make sure you look clearly at your manual, what is covered and not covered. Because majority of customers that I've spoken to for the past several years are not familiar at all what is covered and excluded. Not taking that accountability will cost you thousands of dollars. Now, home warranty is more beneficial for people who is aware and does the homework on the parts. So don't leave everything up to the home warranty, because if you do, you are giving them the power to make money off of you. Don't leave it all up to them. That's what I'm gonna leave you with.
Let me ask you this. You say you work in retention, so that's a department. You're like the final step. Like,
Retentions, I'm no longer doing retentions because I got tired of dealing with the headache, constant back to back. You gotta, most retention companies, regardless of the company, you got a quarter to meet. So I just got tired of that. And the previous companies I work with didn't pay as much. Now I'm more in the customer service where I'm, like I said, I'm either taking calls for new claims, I'm taking calls from customers speaking about existing claims. That's what I'm doing currently.
let me ask you something. And those companies, what would be like the maximum that they would allow you to like offer a customer to prevent the customer from walking away?
Sad to say, they used to give us the option when I was retentions. When I started retentions, we had the option to give them a free month, and then it was like a gift card, not too much, 25 or 50. They actually try to break it
Wait,
down
wait,
to
wait,
like
wait, 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 wait. 25 or
or
$50?
50. And check it,
Wait, wait,
yeah,
wait. Dollars?
dollars. And if
After
you,
I paid you hundreds, if not thousands of dollars,
yeah,
you're gonna look at me and tell me $25?
and check it. If I promise you the 50, sometimes you can't use the second 25 right away. You gotta wait like a couple of months. So it does get bad, and you have to understand a lot of home warranty companies. I won't say no names, but a lot of home warranty companies have other businesses, not working under them, but working with them, right? So have companies, and they'll have their customers. So these home warranty companies will make money by working with these large companies. But what happens is the large companies have customers who have bad experiences. So they're like, we're not fucking with you no more. So they kind of remove themselves from work with the home warranty. Then the home warranty goes through a crisis where they have to figure out how are they going to recuperate from a loss. They have to find new customers. So they go through different experiments trying to figure out what to do. And it doesn't work. So at that point, it's like either you sink or you swim. Either you made it through the experiments and the lies or the sales, whatever, or you did it. So it definitely is a crazy, understanding how it all goes.
What would you tell a customer looking to get a warranty company? What would you tell them to look for? Because you type in like home warranty options or plans or services. You get like a slew of things,
Yeah.
slew of companies. Um, I could tell you from the top of my head, and I don't know. I think I know, but I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you. What company you work for? Because you told me vaguely. I know it was two of them, but don't whoa. Let's
Yeah.
keep them private. Let's keep
Yeah.
them private. But I'll tell you from a technician, like as far as warranty, I know that American Home Shield. I don't know if you ever heard of them.
Yeah.
They're pretty big. You got Total, Select, uh, Choice, Cross Country, Sears. There's
It's a good amount.
Yeah, there's probably like two or three. Like, what do you tell a customer, like with all of those options? What do you tell a customer, like, um, what's their like moral, what's their compass, like their moral compass, like their guiding light? Send
Yeah,
them in a path to like, the
you're gonna
best.
have to really do your homework. I mean, first I would say search for at least the top 10, just to at least narrow it down. And when you get to your top 10, you're gonna compare the prices and the item that's covered. Now, once you get the understanding of what the comparison between the prices and items covered, then you got to do the breakdown exclusions because I look between different companies, and a lot of times they don't share the same exclusions. So definitely look out for the exclusions. But like I said, first the price, then the list of items, the exclusions, the cancellation rate, how long they've been in business, um, and just do the comparison between the feedback of customers. So like I say, you're gonna have to really do your thorough investigation because you can go ahead and just pick one at the top, but if you take that approach, um, you don't know if you're missing out or making the best choice. You're just doing a random select. I mean, you do have the option of doing that with whatever you find with the top 10, but if you want to be efficient and make the most out of your money, do the work. Yeah, most companies give you a full 30 days. So even if you subscribe to two, depending on how much money that you have, take about a, a full day or about a week just to do the comparison. It shouldn't take you that long. You know what I'm saying? Shouldn't take you too long to do that within the top 10. And if you do that, you should be just fine.
Wow. I tell you what, D. Uh, whoever's watching this, I hope this gives them hope, man. That like learning a trade and learning a service is invaluable because you know at a minimum these warranty companies they're like hit or miss, like
Yeah.
they may help you, they may not, this, that, whatever, but if you know your stuff, if you're a good technician, if like you know your circuitry, your schematics, like you're on top of your game, like warranty work could be profitable for a company. But like, if you're like not a salesman, or you don't take advantage of the opportunity when the customer and the warranty company are having problems, and you're lost because your warranty company doesn't offer tech support or anything like that, right?
I'm not from the company itself. No, they reach out to independent technicians within the city, look at their rates, their feedback from customers, things like that. So they go
Well,
ahead.
I work for one company in particular that they have a tech support line that, you being
Oh,
a
yeah.
technician, you
Yeah,
can call them to get even further tech support.
that's great.
Do you get calls from your customers of technicians that like didn't know what they were doing, or just showed up simply to collect the service fee? Do you get like incompetent tech calls a lot?
Hmm. Not that I can remember. I probably have, but so few completely slipped my mind. Because my only experience with technicians is like some of them are rude and some of them don't really have I don't give a fuck attitude. I'll fix something else. Now that's rare. Those are like more like kind of like old school technicians. You know what I mean? Just be like, whatever. You don't really have like a big name. You just kind of find like in the yellow pages type of shit, and you find good and bad within those situations. But that's like the worst I really experienced with technicians. My whole experience complaints is from customers who don't own up to their bullshit, unfortunately, and then also shit from the companies who's manipulating customers who don't take ownership of their bullshit, you know. Technicians, it's funny. I hear more shit about car mechanics. No offense to car mechanics, that I do about technicians. I don't know why, but that's just honestly my personal experience. I guess because people in the home actually see what you're doing as you're doing. It's like you mess with my home, you don't know if I have you on camera right now, type of shit. But yeah, that's just my personal experience.
All right. Let's we're almost done here, brother, and I want to thank you so much for your time, man. It's not every day that we get to interview somebody from the other side. Not saying that the other side is like a bad thing or anything, but we never get to. The only time, and this is what makes shop talk so cool.
Yeah.
Normally, the only time we get to talk to you is if we're getting authorization, or you're calling us like, hey, we have a customer that says you didn't show up. Where are you? Aside from that, we don't really get to have these conversations. So, that's what makes this channel so good. But I wanna end off with this. Obviously tonight, you got to hear a lot about our perspective on it. And again, it's the lack of communication with the warranty company and the provider, which is us, the technician and the people that we send to the customer's home. And then the customer. I feel like there's like a lack of communication,
Oh
uh
yeah.
all three parties. I want to end tonight's show with this. If you can have a solution, or if we lived in a picture perfect world, what would you have? What would you suggest that like can make this a seamless transition?
I honestly don't know. The most I could recommend, because the company's gonna do their thing, the technician's gonna, try and sell their work like, hey, this is what I can do, if your plan covers it or not. But as a customer, just try to, just be familiar with your own belongings. Like, even though it's good to have that, even though it's good to have technicians, still have some type of knowledge on fixing basics. Don't leave everything to a company or a technician. It's good to have both optional, but definitely try to feel familiar with your parts. Don't do nothing stupid like try to fix it halfway and then try and get a technician to fix it afterwards. Because what ends up happening is technician don't want to fix it because you did something you know you're not supposed to do, and the warranty plan's not going to cover it because you did something you know you shouldn't have done. And I speak to a lot of customers who do that. They try screwing around first. Don't even do that. Like learn stuff, but have a good sense of when to stop yourself as you're learning. You know what I'm saying? You know when you're doing too much, but accountability, that's like one of the most important words in life right now. Accountability. That's my message to the world. Yeah. Oh,
Well, brother, listen, man. Love, peace, and harmony, man. I'm very grateful that you could have been anywhere in the world, but man, your insight from being a customer service representative from a warranty company and hearing the way that like you're programmed and the way that like you're trained, I'm sure that like a lot of technicians and a lot of people who do appliance repair and any other industry are gonna gain a lot of insight from tonight's episode. I just want to let you know, man, I'm very grateful to have you on board. Um, on a whole nother side note, I wanna I've been seeing a picture in your thing here, and the girl in the middle.
yeah.
Now I don't want to say anything about that girl in the middle, but I knew
It's
a
a,
young lady. I knew a
it's,
young lady that looked like her at one point in my life, and things went south with me and her. But that picture has been haunting me. I know a young lady that looked like that. But listen, man, that's awesome that you were on the program tonight. Do you have anything? I'm sure people want to ask you questions. I'm sure people want to reach out to you. You have a dope soul. You have an awesome energy, awesome vibe. Uh, any of my subscribers want to reach out to you, or you have any agenda or anything that any side projects you're doing, anything you want to promote, now's your time, brother. Go ahead. What do you got?
Appreciate it. Everybody listening, you can always follow me on, any of these social media platforms at Daniel Fuller Designs. Once again, that's Daniel Fuller Designs. I do both paintings and graphic artwork on the computer, whether it's murals, painting on your wall, painting portraits in your family or sceneries, or just creative stuff in your mind. You can always hit me up. Better off on either Facebook or Instagram. Once again, you have some of these pages right here. I do a lot of custom orders. My stuff's very inexpensive, professional, top notch. Follow me online, Daniel Fuller Designs, and I definitely respond with the quickness. Or if you just want to hear some original, organic, soulful, good music, you can follow me at ITF Music on IG or on YouTube as well as Insight the Formula. I like to make conscious music, but some of them are part of music as well, just something for good vibes. But you can always follow me. I hope y'all stay safe. Appreciate you for having me on your show. This is dope. I like this thing a lot, and I wish you much success in your business.
Brother Daniel, man, I just want to let you know, man, that on behalf of myself and all technicians out there, um you gave us a lot of inside secrets tonight. I'm blown away about how this whole industry works, and I'm sure I didn't even scratch the surface on like questions and stuff like that. And some of my viewers may want to ask you, is there an email or something that you don't want to separate private that people could reach you at, or the platforms that you've said will suffice?
That's usually better reach me, but if you don't like social media, that's understandable as well. If you just want to use email, Daniel Fuller Designs at gmail.com would be your best way to get at me. Once again, that's Daniel Fuller Designs at gmail.com. Check that daily. So if you ever need, whether just to talk to, get some insight, or place a custom order or anything at all, you can always reach me there as well.
All right, bro. Listen, thank you for being on episode 2 of Shop Talk, man. I urge all my subscribers, if you have any questions, put them on the comment section. Brother Daniel, listen, it's not obligated, but if you want, subscribe and maybe you can answer some of those questions,
Yeah.
because I only asked you what I thought was, appropriate. Maybe some other people have some other questions, but leave them
Def-
in the comment section. Daniel, I invite you to answer them, and maybe we could do a part two if the audience decides. Would you be okay with that?
yeah, definitely. I'm down for that. Yeah, whether there's talking online, you let me know. Yeah, I definitely look forward to seeing the results of this as well. If you have any questions, I don't care how crazy, how extreme, or how simple it is. Shit, I'm answering questions all day anyway, so doing it regardless. So feel free to shoot a question, whether on my platform or underneath the video for this right here, either or.
Brother D, man, look, thank you for being on episode 2 of Shop Talk, TMM Appliance Repair, Love, Peace, and Harmony. Hey, man, good luck in your endeavors, good luck in your music, good luck in your drawings, good luck in your career. Thank you for being on the show, brother. I'm honored, all right?
You too, man. Have a good night. Peace
All
out,
right,
y'all.
brother.
One.
Thank you. Thank you, you too.
No problem.